sure that's in focus.
And then audio's good.
Audio is good.
Okay.
This is weird.
Yeah, this is really weird.
This is one of the weirder things that I think I've done in comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Just press the button like you're taking a picture.
It's going now.
Oh, it is going?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So, okay.
All right.
We going? 1, 2, 3.
Welcome to the Triple F Podcast, live from...
I don't know, a base. I don't even know the fucking name.
Live
we're on a
from
fucking
a Marine base.
We're on a fucking Marine Corps base.
We're at a base, if you can't tell by the medals of honor
and my
behind
shaved
us.
head, dude. I was like, I'm fucking back in the
Yeah.
shit, boys.
Jeff has a hat, not a hat, a helmet behind
Old
him,
helmet.
which is
Yeah.
funny. What did those do?
I think that's mainly for.
Well, this is like World War I.
Yeah,
that was
they
back when
didn't
bullets
know.
were basically ball bearings. So it would just
Yeah.
think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then I mean, now helmets, they're not even designed to I think people think they're designed to stop like gunfire. I think rounds can ricochet off
Yeah.
it, but it's mainly for like shrapnel. That's like the biggest
Shrapnel,
thing.
yeah.
The shrapnel was the biggest thing. That's
it's
what
so
the same with
hard
like
for like him to, because your lieutenant colonel
Yeah.
was walking us throughout the base, and it's so hard for like he was pointing out like this is a map of Iwo Jima and like where like Marines like touch down, and it's so hard for me not to be like, oh yeah, I've played this mission on Call of Duty.
yeah.
Oh, I know exactly.
I
what
heard
we're
like he was
talking
outside, walking us around the tanks and like the Humvees and stuff.
Yeah,
and
I
was
saw
like,
Big Bertha from Warzone.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I actually I've run over many enemy soldiers in
Yeah, you're
these,
like,
so
actually, I'm pretty well versed.
I kind of get what
Oh,
you're
yeah.
going for
If you
here.
hit someone with that, Mr. Lieutenant Colonel, that's actually an instant knock.
yeah. You're like
dude.
giving him the
And
nomenclature.
then reverse if they have a self-revive, obviously.
Yeah. If they have a
But
self-
you know that. You're a lieutenant
Yeah,
colonel.
you know all of this.
It's funny,
So-
dude. I mean, I know we're all super uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yes.
It's,
I think me and Jeff are even more.
well, I would. Yeah, it's
It's just in different ways.
It's just a
probably.
different way, yeah, because you guys have never been to a military. I mean, we're on a base doing. We're performing a show in an hour for a bunch of Marines, which is
Yeah.
crazy. It's sick. This is what we're
Yeah.
trying to do, but it's just nuts because it's like this is the first time I've been back on a base in like 7 years. It's fucking nuts to just walk
Yeah.
around and be like, "What's going on, dog?" To like anybody,
Yeah.
like
To
nobody
to be
can
in shorts.
You know what happened?
to be-
You know what happened when I was in here, right where we are, right behind. I don't know if you can see. So this is like a placement setting.
memorial.
It's like a memorial for
Prisoners of war and men missing in action.
And KIA. too.
and KIA.
Yeah,
So there's like a
MIA.
Purple Heart up
Yeah.
there. It's like it's not a memorial for a specific person. It's more just like in general.
Yeah.
And Jeff saw the Purple Heart and was like, "Oh, is this a real Purple Heart?" And the lieutenant colonel was like, "Yeah, it is." And he was like, "Oh, hell yeah, dude!" And then Josh for a second was like, "Don't call him dude." Like I heard it come out. Like I heard it, but then I was like, I know Jeff isn't saying dude to him,
Right.
Yeah.
but he's just saying it in general. But I
Also,
also
you
understand
can
like
call him dude,
he
though.
referred to me as bro.
Yeah,
so I was
no,
like,
Yeah.
He's being,
Yeah.
he's being fucking cool.
like he's
Yeah.
allowing
Cool.
us here, but also like I'm not his subordinate.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right,
Like
yeah.
I'm not a Marine.
yeah, we're just civilians. We're just the
We're
people
just
that they
dudes,
fucking
yeah.
serve and protect. No,
Yeah,
that's
we're
the
actually
wrong-
more important than they are
Yeah.
if you think about
Yeah,
it. Without
definitely.
without us, there is none. of
Matt
us.
and I had
True.
a fucking excruciating time in the bathroom.
Dude, this I've never been more nervous, man. I
Never.
really don't. And then I was trying to like hold it in too. Like me and Jeff were like trying to go to the bathroom. So we went together. We wanted to go together because walking around here, I'm in shorts and a t-shirt.
I
You're in
don't
a
feel
hoodie.
like I should just be walking around.
No, I feel like I need to be escorted
everybody's
anywhere.
in military uniforms.
Everybody is in their fucking camo. Everybody is. Every time they've walked by the lieutenant
Walking
colonel,
with purpose.
they're like, "Sir," like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
a
yeah.
very official thing.
Good
Yeah,
afternoon,
the dude we're calling dude is everyone's walking by him and being like,
Yeah,
Colonel?
he's the boss. He's the boss
He's
of
the
this
big
entire
boss.
base,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. He's like in charge of everything. Yeah.
Yeah, and Jeff went in the bathroom because we didn't want to have to walk. There's a private family head, is what they call it, which is funny because there's a sign that says female head and there's a sign that says male head.
I'm more of a fan of female head.
I'm more of a fan of female
I
head.
like family head. I mean, I'm from Iowa, you know.
Yeah, you are from Iowa. Oh,
Yeah.
fuck. And I don't know about you. I was a fan of the idea of it just being the male head is right across the hall.
Yep.
It's like 5 feet away rather than having to walk like 20 to 30 feet to the family head.
Mm-hmm.
And so Jeff goes in there, and then I followed behind him.
Which is also half locker room, by the way. It's not
Yeah.
just a bathroom. It's like it looks like a gym bathroom.
It is. It's like a
locker room.
YMCA locker room.
Yeah.
And I walk in there, and the view that I had was Jeff at a urinal surrounded
Flanked.
by Marines. Flanked. Jeff got
They
flanked
flanked
as
me.
soon as he went into the head, bro.
I
It
do
was,
not have operational awareness.
No, not at
They got
all,
my
dude.
flank immediately.
They flanked him. It was game over, dude. It was a nightmare. I had to. There was a Marine, an empty urinal, Jeff, and then a stall. I had to squeeze behind
Yeah, I
Jeff
saw
where my dick like brushed up against him while he was peeing, and that was a more comfortable idea than peeing between him and a Marine.
And you were in like a little corner in between like a stall and a urinal. You were literally like having to pee like this.
Yeah.
Also, they flanked me on both sides, and then both immediately had much louder urine streams. than me.
Yeah.
Like they just flanked me and big dogged me immediately.
Yeah, dude, strong flows.
They were
from
just
these
like
fucking,
nice PSI pussy.
Yeah, dude, that was.
What are you, hydrated?
So I don't know what your experience with the actual peeing portion of it was, but I
went.
was really nervous. But it just took me a minute, and then I got going, and I finished before Jeff, and I walked to the sink.
You just had to give it a little foreplay first.
Yeah, I just had to tickle it a little bit and remember, like, they serve for my freedom to piss in their urinals.
Yeah,
And I was like, they would want this, you know? So I pissed.
Yeah.
And then I got to the sink. I almost bumped into a Marine, which feels like, I just feel like I'm like, I feel like, I don't know if you guys ever, I only did this one time. When I was in high school, my boys were like, we're thinking about rushing frats when we go to the college. They invite us out for a party. And I went, and it's all the older frat dudes, and they literally just bully you and make you drink beer.
Yeah.
Like, this is what it feel like. I feel like I'm like a freshman, and I'm like, I hope
Excuse me,
you guys,
excuse me.
sorry,
Yeah,
am I
yeah.
doing it right? I bumped into you. Am I allowed to bump into a
Yeah,
Marine?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I'm like
yeah.
freaking out.
Anybody here wearing camouflage, like if I walked into a bathroom and someone was like, "Hey man, you can't be in here," I'd be like, "Oh, I mean, I'm so sorry." They could fuck with me.
If I was on stage tonight and they went, you can't do that, I'd be like, all right, good night. I'm going to get out of here. Your next
Yeah.
comic.
This
you
show
know?
might be 10 minutes long.
Yeah. But
Yeah, it could just be getting us yelled. Yeah, they could just get us yelled at by him.
Yeah, that would be great.
No, it's fun. This is exciting. It's exciting. We're trying to get
No,
into
this will
USO
be
shows.
will be fun.
So-
I guarantee you this will be fun.
After I bumped into the Marine, I walked to the sink. I tried to pump what I thought was hand soap. It was hand sanitizer that was right next to the sink. That didn't work. So I just started running the water. I saw soap, and it said press on it. And I went to press it, but as soon as I pressed it, I realized that it is certainly a hand wave. So I press, and then I think, oh, maybe they wrote press on it as like a joke, not just for me, but just in general to be like, oh, this will fuck with people. I don't know how silly the Marines get. You know, I don't know. It's like, oh, it's like a locker room joke. We write press on this. We watch fucking idiots do. And so like I press it. And I press it again, and then I do a little hand wave. Nothing comes out, and I go, I'm just washing my hands in water. I'm only washing my hands, by the way, because I saw a Marine who peed with me go
And he only
wash
did it
his
because you were
hands.
in there, for
Exactly.
the record. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So I'm like,
Just
we're all
bro code.
washing our hands just purely out of social pressure.
Yeah.
And then I wash my hands, and Jeff washes his hands next to me. And then I see a guy grab a paper towel, and he yanks it out. And I reach on there. There's nothing in there. So I go, okay, I know how to work. I know I'm under a high pressure situation at this point, but I know how to work a paper towel dispenser. So I grab the little thing on the side and twist it, and I twist it, and I twist it, and nothing is coming out. And then me and Jeff just walk out of there with soaking wet hands.
Dude,
was
going
so
to
much
the
pressure.
bathroom in this building it felt like I was taking the SATs.
Oh,
I just felt like I was under so much pressure. Like everything, I'm like, just pee, eyes forward.
Yeah.
Don't worry that their pee is louder than yours. They don't know that you haven't dried your hands. Just you have jeans on. Just wipe them on your pants and keep it moving. Get back out in the hallway. Look like you know what the fuck you're doing.
You can smell weakness.
Yeah.
You've been to the bathroom before.
Yeah.
You pee, you wash your hands, you leave. You know how to do this, bro.
Yeah.
Dude,
How
It's
funny
so
would it be
weird.
if, like, right when you walk out, there's some guy, like, there's like a dude, or like, did you guys fucking use the soap? And he just gets mad.
It's
He's like,
did you guys try to press? Because that's a joke, and you're fucking idiots.
yeah, you guys
Like,
are actually, yeah. Let me guess, your hands are wet too. You fucking idiots, dude.
That would be my worst nightmare.
Is
That would be my worst nightmare.
Every-
If I had all of those anxieties, I walked out and somebody immediately was like, you tried to use the hand sanitizer or soap, didn't you? And then you tried to use the soap and you pressed like the
Just
sign
during
said.
your set,
you
some guy's like,
fucking idiot.
"That's the guy whose hands were wet."
Yeah.
You're like, "No."
Dude, one time I blew up a toilet in a bathroom, and then I was leaving, and it was at a club in San Diego, and I shit really bad, violently too. And I was leaving, and a guy from the crowd walked in. He was using the bathroom, and I passed him, and he had to have noticed it. Like, there's no way you don't go, that guy just did that.
Yeah.
And I had to go on stage, and he was sitting in the front row, and I was like, oh, fucking goddamn. That happened in New Orleans, too, when that girl, do you remember dude, in New Orleans, dude.
I remember that.
I again, pre-show poopy, and I blew up a toilet, and then that's a unisex bathroom, and this girl, smoke show, was just waiting for me to finish up in the bathroom. She goes in. I go on stage. She's again in the front row with her boyfriend. And I was like, you went in right after me. I'm so sorry. And then she goes, I told my boyfriend. I was like, why the fuck would you tell
Yeah,
my
of course
She's
people
like,
do that, dude. If you
that
were
guy-
at a comedy club and you had to follow somebody into the bathroom and you heard them or could smell that they took a huge shit and then you had to watch it, that's probably why that show wasn't that good. It's like, everybody was like, I mean,
The
this
chick
is
in
the
the
guy.
front row's like, the guy who went on first. I smelled his poopy. Like,
I swear,
Yeah,
dude,
that's weird.
yeah.
Isn't
yeah.
that kind of crazy that's like a normal like human interaction that sometimes you have to smell other people's shit?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's crazy.
So-
Public bathrooms.
Since we're here at Poopy Talk,
Yeah.
I had a crazy interaction at the gym. It was
Okay.
nuts. So I don't know if you can tell, your boy's been hitting the eye.
He has. I grabbed his triceps earlier and I noticed.
I've been doing okay.
Yeah.
But I got home from work and I took my dog outside for a walk, brought her back inside, and then immediately went to the gym. And the entire time I'm working out, I'm walking around. I'm walking from like machine to machine, just like there's a faint smell of poop in this gym. I don't know what it is, but it smells like somebody farted near me the whole time.
Yeah.
I finish up with the leg press machine, which anybody watching this, you know what a leg press machine is. You put your feet up on the rubber. The rubber is like stippled rubber.
Yeah.
And you just push against it. As I'm doing that, Smoke Show walks up to me and she's like, hey, are you almost done on this? And I was like, yeah, a couple more minutes. And she goes, okay, and walks away. When she said that, she started walking away. I turned and took my feet off of the foot pad to grab my water bottle. I have smeared dog shit all over it.
So
All
it's
over
you.
it.
You've smelled like shit the whole time.
It was the bottom of my shoe the entire time that I've been smelling. And it's
dude.
in the rivets of the... There's grass sticking out of the shit. I clearly stepped in dog shit. And as soon as I see it, I'm like, I'm not doing another set, and I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Did you leave the gym?
Immediately.
You
I
left
grabbed my water bottle, and I mean, as fast as you can move without being a full sprint, I went to the door. She sees me get up and leave, so she's like, oh, cool, the machine's open. And I swear to God, my hand on a Bible, as I'm leaving, I hear her go, oh my God. I'm just like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. And I just hear her go, oh my God. It's like,
Got shit all over it.
dude, I smeared shit all over it.
Oh, dude.
Oh my God,
That's
dude.
really funny. That's amazing. I can only imagine. And like, do you think that her first thought was like, oh, this guy got dog shit on here? Like,
Or she like,
Or did
this
she
retard
think, like,
smeared his
I
own
pushed
shit.
too hard and like shot shit out.
yeah, it's like, man, this guy was really maxing out. What?
Yeah,
Holy
yeah,
shit,
yeah.
literally.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
She's like, 225?
yeah.
That's all it takes to make you poop, buddy? All right.
That's crazy.
Not a lot of weight for, to be shitting.
Yeah, it's not a lot of, there's
Yeah.
an appropriate amount of shit weight. That's not it.
That's not even close.
Yeah, if you go up to like 1,000 pounds, you can shit.
Yeah.
You know,
you
can
gotta
shit
at
your
least
pants.
double that to be like appropriate. I shit my pants while pushing. Weight.
I think, honestly, I could body weight squat. And if it was a tough day, I could shit myself probably.
I mean, it depends on what you ate.
Yeah.
If I ate like a dozen chicken wings and then like an hour and a half later, like went and deadlift, oh yeah, I'd
Chicken
poop.
wings make you go?
If they're super spicy, yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
I
Okay.
had one time when I was squatting, I was like maxing out. I had my lifting, like had my belt on, and I tightened it up, and it was on my.
Do you own your own lifting belt?
Yeah.
That's okay.
Okay.
I just wonder.
Yeah, and I tightened it
Gay.
up, and I had my not gay. I don't know. It's gay being fucking okay. So
Yeah,
I had my
finish that
shorts
sentence, though.
jacked.
Yeah,
I
it is. It is.
I had my shorts. I had my shorts kind of higher up because I was squatting. I like to have my shorts like range of motion, whatever.
Yeah.
And I have my shorts kind of higher up, and I have my belt on top of it, and the belt had cinched down my pants to my body. So there's like no space for my shorts to move at all. And I go to squat and I rip a clear split from the bottom of my from the bottom of my pants all the way to the front. And I'm squatting and my balls flop out of my boxers and you can see at the bottom. And I finished my set and I have a video of it. And it's like you can see me go up and then I go down and my balls flop out and then I go back up and then back down.
Wait,
and my
so
balls
you finished the entire
Yeah,
set?
I finished the set, dude. And I fucking
You have
Your
video of
fucking
this?
I have, yeah, I do.
This is Patreon content.
Yeah.
When
yeah,
did
yeah.
that happen?
This is like 3 years ago, and I still
Dude,
yeah.
You have to
Dude, this
make
is
sure you keep that video.
100% Patreon.
It was
content.
Yeah,
like,
that's
and then
hilarious.
you know what was funny is I was like, oh, maybe you won't notice it. I grabbed my girlfriend. I grabbed Ariel's jacket and I tied it around my waist. I was like, you won't be able to notice like the crack. And then I squat again, and in the mirror, you can see my balls flopping out in the video again. So I tried to make it tried to redeem it, but it was like I had loose boxers on, balls just either side, just flopping
I
out.
think
dude.
I think that's a really indicative thing of your commitment versus mine.
Dude, if my
because you
pants ripped, I'm
finish
going
your
home
set,
immediately.
I'm leaving. If my balls are out, I'm
Dude,
leaving.
Jeff accidentally got dog shit on a thing and left mid-set.
I would switch gyms if I were.
Dude,
That
I've
is
been
crazy.
back since. To be fair,
I would be
I've gone back twice since that happened.
Wow.
So.
Have you seen her?
Mm-mm.
Do you guys
Maybe
have
she switched gyms.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
Honestly, that gym's packed as fuck. If I could scare some members off with some poop, I'd do it.
Every gym in fucking Florida is
Dude, this
packed.
one is not because it's right by 95, and it's fucking $10 a month.
Yeah, dude.
So dude, I go there at 2 in the afternoon, which is when you'd think it'd be dead.
Yeah, you'd think it'd be empty.
And it is bumping. I made the mistake of coming home from work and taking a nap, and then going at 5:30.
Yeah, you
It
can't.
was-
You might as well just stand
It
around.
was a zoo.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Dude,
I
I
don't
go
like that
when I
shit.
go to the gym. I go to the gym at 11 o'clock. I don't have a job, and so I'm sitting there. I go whenever I want. I go at 10, 11, and I'll look around and I'll be like, "Why are these motherfuckers? Why are they here? What are these people fucking not working?" And I don't
I
have
know.
a job myself.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Because
Yeah.
I work from 9 to 1 every day. So I get off at 1 and I just go straight to the gym. So I'm there at 9 or 1:15.
Yeah.
And I'm just there what are you people doing?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it is
I have a
funny
weird schedule,
'cause-
but doesn't everyone else in the world do 9 to 5?
Yeah.
yeah, I do
Yeah.
that all the time.
Yeah, when
don't
I see
work
people-
either, and
yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck are you? What life do you guys
Yeah,
have?
yeah.
Just totally. My head is totally void of any personal responsibility for my lack of commitment to
Yeah,
a job
yeah,
and
yeah.
an income. I'm just like, what you pieces of fucking shit?
Yeah.
Get out of the.
Why are you
How
in
is-
line at Chipotle right now
Yeah,
at 2 o'clock in the
exactly.
afternoon?
How is there traffic here?
They're I have a lunch break.
Yeah.
Because they pay you to fucking eat. You get mind blown.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, oh,
Whoa.
What the hell?
dude.
Can you guys see the Marines walking around in the background? Pretty fucking cool.
Pretty cool.
OPSEC, baby.
This is cool. They were no jokes about the president. That's
Yeah.
That's a funny thing to me is that they have to, if you're in the military, you have to, because
yeah.
it's your commander in chief.
Yeah, dude.
But people obviously have their personal opinions
Oh,
on who the president is. I would imagine a lot of Marines aren't super happy about their commander in chief currently.
Let me tell you a fun story about a guy. There's a guy on my base in 2013 who got kicked out because he tweeted "fuck Obama," and they kicked him out of the military.
Yeah.
And it was
To be fair, that's a good way to lose your job too.
in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, well,
well, not maybe not fuck Obama,
Nah.
but
if you got a little bit more colorful with that sentiment, you
Right,
could get
yeah.
fired
There's
from a
people who
normal
got-
job.
Mm.
But you got to get racist, I
You-
think, to
yeah,
get
you
fired
have to
from a
get-
normal job. But you can't be like, fuck my commander in chief in
honestly,
the military.
if I were a boss of a company, and regardless of who the president was, if I saw you posting, maybe not Twitter, because Twitter's more anonymous. Nobody's nobody's
Well, it can
family.
be, but I think
yeah.
this guy's name was Sergeant David.
But,
he had his,
yeah.
he's my
But if
address.
you were on Facebook and you were fuck whatever president, Biden, Trump,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
anything, I would probably fire you just because I'm that's your Facebook. you, especially if it's like, I work at this place, fuck Biden. I'd be like, all right.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
that whole your views. That's the whole argument
Yeah,
where
it's
it's like
like-
your views represent who you associate with.
Yeah.
It's
type
always it's like when before an open mic, like the host will be like, just so you guys know, any of the comics you see tonight, their views do not represent the views of the venue of the establishment. Just so you know, when Dan Weiss comes up here and talks about skull fucking his retarded mom or whatever he says, that does not represent the views of Spanx
don't
the
like
Hog
that.
barbecue
Yeah.
joint. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't. It's funny.
Don't you dare bring up
Dude,
their meat.
the places that comedy has taken me is so fucking funny because it's
Yeah,
like,
you're on a fucking base right now.
yeah, it's
It
like,
is really funny. Like literally, like we did a show. It's Saturday right now. We did a show on Thursday at a pizza place
Detroit style pizza.
where they
Which I'm
serve you the
doing next
pizza
week.
and then
Yeah,
they
you do.
shank you.
Yeah, they shank you, and then you don't
Yeah.
want. They have the
And
Detroit
then
style
they
pizza.
shank you and they go, my dad used to have a job at a factory.
Yeah, I was just about to say. Then they shut down your dad's factory.
Yeah.
yeah.
You should try their fucking Flint style water. It's great.
Oh.
Hey, okay.
Detroit style
But
pizza.
like in the last week, I've done a fucking wing spot. I've done a tattoo shop.
Mm-hmm.
I've done a country club. I've done an art gallery, and now I'm doing a military base.
Yeah.
Like the spectrum
That
of places
is a
I've
fucking
been.
Wild.
great point.
If somebody
I don't-
tracked your GPS, they'd be like, "What the fuck
What
is this guy planning, dude?"
into? Yeah,
They would-
is
yeah.
he-
What are you fucking
Domestic
doing?
It would look
Yeah.
like I sell drugs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
it
you just
would.
go to wherever
Because
the people are, man.
there's no like track. It's like
No, there's no cohesive thought between
No.
all of those places that would make sense for
Uh-uh.
you to be at
Yeah,
all of
there's-
them
yeah.
within a week.
Yeah, it would
And
just
then
look
nobody would be
like
like,
I'm a
maybe he's like, if you just
dealer.
like give this information to somebody, out of 1,000 people, nobody goes, he's probably doing comedy. There's
Yeah.
nobody
Yeah,
who
yeah.
would go,
You could literally give somebody all the places you could feed this to like an AI algorithm and it wouldn't be able to figure it out. It'd be like, what is he doing in all of these places? And they'd just be like,
I don't think that people realize.
realize. I
don't think people realize that as a comedian, even when things are going well, like people see our tour and like whatever, which is going is awesome. I don't think people realize that 85% of the time you're performing at a venue that was not designed for comedy in any way.
Yeah, dude.
Like
especially
not
at the beginning for sure.
Yeah, it might have been like retrofitted because they found that
Yeah,
they
yeah,
can
yeah,
do
yeah.
it there really well.
Yeah.
Like honestly, dude, the pizza place we performed at, you've been to Gatsby.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
Gatsby's. Like it can be a very good venue for comedy. But on Friday night, that place was a fucking pizza restaurant.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
It was like Thursday. It was me on stage for an hour bombing. And then literally an hour and 5 minutes, dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you know
dude.
what's crazy? I gave him the light at 20.
Yeah, dude. Oh,
what's
I was
crazy
up
is
there for
I'm-
so
I gave him
long.
the option. I was like, hey man, just so you know,
I
you
was up
can
there
get
for-
off now.
And
he's
I'm not
like,
gonna lie.
I'm gonna
I
do
would
40,
say
I think.
probably 15 minutes of that was going well. Not
Okay.
consecutively though. I mean, added up throughout the
15
entire
minutes
hour.
throughout the hour?
Yeah.
It was,
Yikes.
dude. They were just.
It was
a
rough,
biker,
dude.
dude. There was a group of bikers just in the
I
front.
don't know if you remember. Have you been there since he did it?
No.
So
You'll see
it used to
I'm
be.
headlining it next
It
week.
used to be more. It wasn't awful. It was just one table. It used to be like multiple little tables, and I think it still will be that
Yeah,
way.
there was
But
just a huge party.
huge party of bikers came in, so they took up the whole middle, and they were not super interested in. I got them to laugh a couple times, like actually really hard, which I was like shocking. I was like, your laugh. They're a biker. His laugh.
Yeah.
At a comedy show that he didn't prepare to come to counts like a black person's laugh. It's like 10 times the amount that you want it, like than other people. So it was just one of those, and they took up the entire. So everybody who was there for the show is on the back wall, separated by a table of loud bikers, who were joined by a couple who weren't bikers. But we did watch Run Across the Street, and we watched a lady run across the street with this guy, and she was like coming over the curb in the bushes, and she ate shit
Yeah,
and
dude,
hit her
she
face.
fell
And just
so
like
hard.
squirmed around on the ground like, nah. And the guy was like, you're okay. And then they got up, and I mean, they walked directly into the comedy show.
I love a husband who sees his wife eat shit and isn't concerned because he's just.
he was not
They
super
go
worried.
drinking all the time. He's like, that's what she does.
Yeah,
She was in like
that's
5-inch heels.
Like if I
dude.
saw
like,
my
of
wife
course she
eat
fell.
complete shit, I'd be like, "Oh my god!" Like,
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
funny. Just like we drink so heavily that seeing my wife's face plant is not uncommon.
Yeah, that's like at this point it's a
Yeah,
bit. It's
that's
like,
a Thursday. Literally.
That's
That's a Thursday.
I do. I don't think I have that. Like I do. Sometimes I get worried that I lack like empathy for people in situations like that because I thought that was so fucking funny.
It was hilarious.
It was
dude.
so funny, but then it's like objective. Like an older woman fell into her face on concrete.
Like she was like in her 50s. Like it wasn't, and she was trash. They ran across. You know that like. It's like called like Crazy Legs or something. The bar across the street with like the crab on it.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
It looks just like a divey, like loud biker bar.
It looks like a Joe Crab Shack.
Yes,
but trashier.
Yes, exactly. Trashier and drunker. They ran straight across the street, which is a pretty busy street.
Yeah, that's not a. It's like a 6-lane. I think.
And they were trashed. Like from 100 yards out, I was like, that's a drunk white couple.
Yeah.
And so watching her fall was
Yeah,
more. And you know what?
Well, there's only
I knew
two
what
types
they were.
of people who jump across a 6-lane highway like that. It's drunk white people and migrants. Those are the only people you ever see like walk up and down or across like a 6-lane
Migrants, like a
highway.
homeless or like a immigrant.
Both.
What's migrant mean?
Yeah, what does a migrant mean? I know what a migrant worker means. I read a book about it one time when I was young.
I always assumed migrant meant like vagrant.
No,
That's another word that I don't
vagrant
know.
means vagrant.
What is vagrant?
Vagrant is like somebody. It's kind of like a homeless person, somebody without a home, somebody without.
Or
like
I always thought migrant was just like an immigrant, like you migrated here, like migration.
So you're saying immigrants cross roads?
Yeah.
No, what do you mean by that? Just
Exactly what I mean by it.
So
if
a
you're
migrant.
on 95 and somebody's walking down 95, they're either very drunk and white, homeless, or Mexican.
Okay, so here's the thing.
with a
Am I-
flower that they're trying to sell.
No,
that
they're
does
just-
happen a lot.
They're just
it
trying to
does.
get something.
I respect that.
No,
by
I
the way.
do too. It's
That's
So-
on exits. Though.
Migrant
Yeah, it is
is a
on exit.
person who moves from one place to another, especially in order to find work or a better living situation. A vagrant.
I was right. You can come in.
A vagrant.
You're good.
Yeah,
You can come
You
in.
can come in.
You can come in.
It's okay. He's like, no.
Yeah.
A vagrant is a person without a settled home or regular work who wanders from place to place
I'm
and
gonna step
lives by
outside and
begging.
talk.
So vagrant
go for
is
it.
like a homeless person.
Okay.
And
No,
a
it's
migrant is somebody who goes somewhere for a better. A vagrant is a bum, and a migrant is.
It's
Sorry.
very- Yeah, you guys are good. It's very funny to be like sign up for the military and go to war, but be afraid of a camera.
Oh,
Yeah,
they
it's
probably
like-
think something important's happening.
Oh no,
They have no idea that we're just being
we're
like.
3 dickheads.
Yeah, but they have no idea that we're in here being like, what's migrant mean? They-
Yeah. We're just looking up words that we should have known in middle school. We're like,
Yeah.
what is this? No, let's look it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see this.
We're just in front of like the medals of heroes, being like, you fought for 3 idiots to be like, I don't know what this means.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Dude,
Not to
I-
say that they died in vain.
I got roasted the other day on Wednesday. I did a show and I was doing a lot of crowd work and I was like not happy with it. And then I asked a couple where they met and they said a lounge. And I said, what the fuck is like, what's a lounge? And they said, you're in a lounge right now. And I said, I genuinely don't know what a lounge is. And then I just didn't
Like a
know.
vape
Like,
room.
If you say a lounge to me, I'm thinking of like a wine bar that has like couches.
so
Yes,
so
that's
that's
same here.
basically where we were. It was SLS in Miami, which is a hotel. So they have a little lounge upstairs. That's where the show is. I didn't know. When I come to SLS Brickell, and then I
your
do
own
the
mouth,
show, and
too.
then I come in my own mouth. And I didn't know the place we were in was literally called Sam's Lounge. So I look like a fucking retard. I'm like, what's a lounge? They're like, we're in one. And I'm like, what? And then I was like, but this is a bar. There's a bar right there. And they were like, yeah, it's like a bar, but there's like, and then I said, what makes it a lounge? And then some drunk girl said, chairs. And I said, I've certainly been in bars that had chairs that weren't called lounges. And then later,
then Matt gets into one of his moods where he's like, "No, I have to be right." And he's
No,
like,
well,
he goes, he's like, "Well, technically, a lounge
Yeah,
is."
so I get off stage and Jeff Dye is there. I knew he was going to come, but I didn't know he was going to be there for my set. I wish I had done better. And he goes, you don't know. The first thing he said to me, he's like, hey, what's up? You don't know what a fucking lounge is? I was like, no, dude. And then he went up and he just he was like shitting on me in a hilarious way. But it was just like funny because he was like, not everywhere with a bar is a bar. You know what I mean?
True. Like
He
baseball
was like,
games.
that
have
dude, that's
bars.
literally the example he was. He was like, you don't go to a base, because he loves baseball. He's like, you don't go to a baseball stadium and see a bar and go, this is a huge bar with a baseball field in it.
Yeah. That's funny.
And then I thought about how often we have to look up words on this podcast. And then this is a thought that I have all the time where I was like, I just really hope this works out. You know?
Yeah,
We-
we're idiots.
Yeah, we're
really fucking dumb.
Josh graduated college, but I feel like it was
So
on
did Jeff.
So did I.
Oh,
I mean, barely.
I figured
I'm
you
just
did.
I have no idea what you're.
Where'd you go to school, motherfucker?
University of Northern Iowa with one of the most distinguished English literature programs in the nation. So shit on it a little bit before I suck your dick, dude.
English literature.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't even
Where
know.
did you? Where
I
did
didn't
you
even know
go?
if what I said was true. By the way, I just
I
made
went
that
to
up.
the University of North Florida, and then I went to Kaiser University.
I've heard of Kaiser.
It's local.
What did you graduate in?
I have a bachelor's in business administration.
Damn,
That's
dude.
cool, dude. I have a doctorate in shooting heroin.
Nice.
I was thinking about getting a master's, but
My
then I was
girl-
like, "There's no point in doing that."
My girl has a master's, and she has a master's in English as a second language. She taught for like 2 years, and she was like, "This sucks," and now she sells roofs.
Yeah.
We're not allowed to call it masters anymore, actually. It's like racist connotations to slaves, so don't call them that anymore.
Oh, she has a used to own slaves degree.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't call it a master bedroom either.
She has
Is that true?
She has a Massa degree.
It is like I hate this podcast. That was good, though.
Did you guys ever
So
in high school?
on-
Did you ever drop your pencils and look up girls' skirts?
No,
Yeah, me neither.
girls didn't wear. I don't think you could wear skirts. At,
No, I don't
at
think-
my
yeah.
school.
You had to wear
You had to
skirts
wear
at
it
my
at,
school.
at Matt's school. I
Oh.
remember.
Dude, I remember my
forgotten that
freshman
part. That was
year.
weird.
My freshman year of high school, you could show midriff. Like girls could show midriff,
What's a midriff?
like belly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
a
And-
belly shirt.
My sophomore year, they took that away. Girls couldn't
Yeah.
show midriff anymore. And then I remember my friends being like, dude, that sucks. Like, girls can't, like, show off anymore. I'm like, yeah, but you're also forgetting that there were a lot of, like, really full of themselves obese black girls who would show their midriffs,
Yeah.
too. Who would be like,
You-
I know I'm hot.
But it's
And
also like it's also
eh.
like who's getting. I think it's funny to draw the line there because like who's like look at that bitch's fucking tummy. You know, it's like yeah,
I
who's
don't know.
getting,
It's kind of sexy. Like
A little
Christina, dude,
like, doing a
Christina Aguilera and her
Oh,
heyday
yeah,
wore
I
those
get what you're
tops with
saying.
their
No, you
stomach
know what? I
out.
take
Dude,
back what I said. Yeah,
definitely-
you're
I
right.
definitely busted a couple to the "Let's Get Dirty." One of that.
What is that?
The
Check out
dirty
the
music
music
video.
video.
Oh, I haven't seen
where
that
she's
music
just
video.
like being slutty in a boxing ring.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I've seen a lot of
yeah.
videos like that recently, but not her, but like that's a theme. Have you seen those? Those are it's like a category for sure.
Have you guys ever
Boxing?
boxed?
I actually
I've
I do-
boxed like my friends, but I've never like seriously.
yeah, dude.
like,
Everybody,
done it.
at some point in a guy's life, they buy a pair of boxing gloves and then they fight in their backyard.
I
Yeah,
have
I've
a
been to
pair of
somebody's
boxing
house.
gloves that
Yeah.
I bought when I was into working out because I thought I would do it. I've never once put them on. I'm pretty positive I threw them away.
It's so sick to like when you see somebody at the gym that's just like punching a bag. It's like
Yeah.
It
you
is funny to
suck,
be
dude.
in an LA Fitness, be in the
Yeah.
exercise room with like two girls who are like doing yoga poses, and you're just like,
and like not and by the way, not even throwing things correctly,
Nothing-
just punching.
Nothing will make you feel more uncoordinated than trying to hit like the tiny bag, the
Oh, the speed bag?
the speed bag.
Yeah.
Dude, impossible.
Really?
Have you
No,
ever
it's-
tried it? It's
yeah.
hard.
I can do it.
I can do it.
No.
Yes, I
No,
can.
I can do
I
it.
really can.
Yeah.
It's not hard. You just
I've
do it in the
never
rhythm.
done
It's
it.
a rhythm. It's 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Yeah, you can do it.
You know what though? So, did you see the way his hand was moving compared to his mouth? He was like, it's just like 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2. Like your hand wasn't as.
So because I'm gesturing, I can't do. Get one in here. Let's get it on camera. We'll fucking
You think they have
Patreon
a
this.
speed bag?
Yeah. Hold your ball sack out.
Dude, by the PSI of their urine, they probably have huge balls.
They're just
that was-
storing them like buffalo.
Yeah, because piss is stored in the balls.
Oh fuck, dude! What's that bell do? There's a bell over there. You guys.
I don't want to ring that. I don't know what that does.
Chow time, boys.
I'm always nervous too in like military things because like I would be like making fun of that and they'll be like, actually that was the bell that was on the ship where 75 Marines sank and died, and I'll be like, okay.
Yeah, you're like. So now we keep it above the sink and the sweet and low.
Yeah, it's like oh,
Like,
I don't
oh,
wanna-
okay.
You never want to. Yeah, you never want to do that too much.
So I guess I didn't realize like that like Marines here. So are there people that are like live on this base? Yeah.
no,
No.
these ones aren't.
So where do they go from here?
These guys,
home.
so these guys are reservists. So they just
Everybody here is
not
reservists?
everyone. There's like a small group, like the guy that we were talking to, the colonel that's been showing us around.
He probably like lives somewhere.
He is active duty here. He's the one that maintains day to day when the reservists aren't here. The reservists are here 2 days a month. That's it.
Gotcha.
So for the 2 days, that's why we're here right now, because this is the 2 days, one of the 2 days where there's tons of people here.
Do they drug test in the military?
Yes.
Dude, did you
Pretty
see the sign in the
stringently?
family bathroom that was like, "Does it have hemp?" And it was like, it was a poster above the toilet that was like, "Does it have hemp? Remember, marijuana is against, the United States Marine Corps Code of Conduct. When you're getting in food and drinks from commissary, ask yourself, does it have hemp?" And it's like,
Whoa.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it's
can
like
pop
this
on a
whole
drug
thing.
test, dude. I know. I have tons of
Yeah,
friends.
yeah.
One time.
the whole thing is basically like, don't get something that you don't know.
Well,
might
yeah,
have
dude. I was afraid to
edibles.
eat
Like,
fucking poppy-seeded bagels when I was in the military because I was
I
like,
hate the way he says bagels.
yeah, you guys don't like when I say AG words. Because I
Yeah,
also say it's
bagels.
bagel. I've said
Yeah.
Britt says it like that too.
Bagels.
You also
so
said
I get it.
vagrant earlier, which pissed me off.
Did he?
Fuck
Dude,
off.
you're
For
fucking
what?
lucky I didn't hear that shit.
for what? What's vagrant? What
You
did I
get
say?
a knuckle sand.
Oh, and we were saying migrant.
No,
Yeah.
we were talking
said
about the difference between migrants and vagrants.
Vagrant.
You do. He doesn't say vague.
Motherfucker.
It's
dude.
bagel. It's vagrant. You say vagrant.
Say
For somebody with an
say
English
say
literature degree
vagina.
from.
Vagina.
What if that's what when it finally caught like
Wait,
comes in
is that
for
what
him?
it sounded like to you guys
Is
when
he
I say
like, baby, I want your vagina.
Does it sound like Forrest Gump?
I want
Oh,
your
I
vagina.
was running.
I was running
It's
for
so
that
funny to be like-
pussy.
Think I'll go home now.
I don't think that movie's good.
That's
I
a
don't
great
either.
movie.
I don't
Holy
either.
shit!
Good,
This
dude.
is
I don't
actually
think
gonna
that
piss me
movie's
off.
that
How do you
good.
not like that movie?
I don't think it's bad,
No,
but I think it's overrated. as
No.
fuck.
people treat it as one of the greatest pieces
is.
of
People-
cinema
I
of
remember,
all time.
I
I
remember
just don't agree.
driving to school once, and on the radio, like the morning DJ was having people call in and say Green Mile versus, oh no, it was Saving Private Ryan versus
seen
that.
Forrest Gump, and I was like, dude, in my head, it's not even close. It's not even close. Like Saving
Two
Private
different
Ryan,
movies entirely.
but they
though.
were
That
like,
is a hard. I will give you that. That is a really.
That's like
weird,
comparing,
but they
like,
were trying to like
comparison.
every day they would do. It was like a bracket system, and every day they were like putting two movies against each other, and then round two. like,
yeah.
So it was just random like great movies, and I was like, these. It's not even close to me. Like if you're ranking the greatest movies of all time, Forrest Gump shouldn't crack the top 50. Saving Private Ryan should be in your top 10.
I don't
or
know
you're
though,
wrong.
dude. If we're talking about cinema in general,
Yes.
for sure I agree. But if we're talking about like American-made movies, that's like top 25 at least.
What?
Forrest Gump. For
I don't
sure.
know if I
think so.
agree, but I also don't have enough like good. I don't have enough good brain to
it's
recall
like,
even
it's like
25
historical
other movies.
fiction to the point where it's amazing historical fiction. It's like one of the best examples of historical fiction ever.
Dude,
See,
I think
this
that
is
movie
where-
a 6 out of 10.
This
bro.
is where the English lit comes
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
because
well,
he's
it's
like
just-
historical fiction.
Well, it's like they take a
I get what
scenario.
you're
where
Well, here's
they're-
where the autism comes in. I'd put like The Dark Knight above. it.
The Dark Knight. Honestly,
I would.
It's a great movie, for sure.
100%. I would put the Dark Knight above
You know what I mean?
Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
Without
But
a
it's, like,
doubt,
different,
dude.
though, 'cause I
Heath
wouldn't-
Ledger in that is next level.
I
Dude.
wouldn't-
Heath Ledger acts 10 times
I would
better
put
than
every
than
Christopher
fucking
Nolan
Tom Hanks.
film above Forrest Gump. Everything Christopher Nolan's
No.
ever done.
I don't know.
No,
enough to
dude.
know about what
There's
that
no
is.
way to say
Inception.
It's just nuts.
Tenet.
It's Inception.
Inception is
okay.
better. I've never seen
No,
Tenet, but it's on
Inception
my
is not
list.
better than
Good.
Forrest Gump. That's insane. That's an insane
Inception?
thing. Yeah, that's an insane thing
Yeah,
to say.
it is.
Hard,
Yeah, it is.
hard movies to compare, but I did enjoy
Dude,
Inception more.
Night and day better.
Because you guys are fucking bro retards being like, things cool
What are you
happen.
talking about, dude?
You
Dude,
need
you're
to fucking
defending
appreciate-
Forrest Gump. Like, what do you?
Yeah, you're
It's a
offending.
good fucking movie,
You're not.
dude.
You're
de-
not defending Shakespeare.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not
Like you
trying-
guys just don't get it.
You're
man.
defending
it's just-
you're defending a
it's
movie
too-
where he's like he met the president. He's like, I farted or whatever. Like,
no,
that
he got
shit-
shot in the buttocks.
Yeah,
It's
like
so good.
yeah. Come on.
It's an American classic. That's one of those movies.
Jenny gave me AIDS.
He doesn't actually.
He doesn't
say
have AIDS,
that,
but his
does
son
he?
does.
My son has AIDS now.
I don't know if
Does he say that?
No, but I think it's you know, they were supposed to make a second Forrest Gump, and then 9/11 happened, and then they didn't. I swear to God, they were
And
in
you
production.
say this is an American movie? They can't move forward.
No, but it threw off the timeline completely.
Oh, because they couldn't have historical fiction and then be like, and then the towers went down.
yeah, it's like it was like.
And
Dude,
then
you know,
the second tower went
Do you know
down.
Jay-Z's Blueprint came out 9/11/2001?
Did
No
it?
way.
I saw a fucking TikTok
No
the other
way.
day.
I gotta Google that.
Google
No.
it.
Jay-Z Blueprint.
Or it might
album?
have been a Nas album. It was like a really big New York rapper put out an album like that day. And there were
Damn.
dudes being like, yo, this is going to be a big moment for New York. And then it's like, oh, fuck. Yo, this is about
Yeah,
to be.
dude. It did. The Blueprint, which was his 6th album, released on September 11th, 2001.
That's hilarious.
That's crazy.
To be like,
It
It's
just
so funny for Jay to be like, yo, the king of the city's back. New York, 9/11, 2001 is going to be a big day for the city. And boy, was he right.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Rock. Yeah. That's crazy, dude. That's wild. And then it really speaks to his.
What do you think's the more significant thing in history? The
Do you
Blueprint
think-
or 9/11?
So, do you think that there was a
What had a
moment?
bigger impact on culture?
Do you think that there was a
you can
moment
make the argument.
during that day where Jay-Z, like, he's from New York.
Yeah.
He's fucking Brooklyn till he dies, dude. Like, he's like he is
yes.
New York.
Marcy Projects, yes.
And he's watching this tragedy happen to not only the country and the biggest tragedy
And
in
he
the world,
goes,
but in New York.
Concrete jungles where dreams are made of.
But then, no, you think at any point watching the second tower goes down, he was like, my album sales are going to be so low because of this.
Oh, dude.
Do you
of
think you
course.
have that thought? Or do
Yo,
you
Yeah,
think
yeah,
you're
dude.
worried about-
Not immediately, but when everything.
know.
That's
when
why
the-
I said the second
Yeah.
tower, because first tower you're in shock,
Yeah.
and then you're watching the news because you want to keep up, and then you're watching the
Well,
feed, and you're like, the second one.
I'm assuming-
but then you're like, they can't hit another tower, so
Yeah.
then you start to go, my numbers are going to be pretty fucking low.
Or
I'm
or it
yeah.
could be the opposite, where he's like, everybody's gonna have New York on the mind.
And they'll buy my album.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that happened, but
you got to think too. He released it probably 11:59. Then you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
at
but this was
12,
also-
This
midnight.
is before
2001,
like, streaming.
dude. Yeah, this is when you had to go buy.
You had to
for
go
the
buy
most
a
part,
Oh,
you went and
true,
bought
true.
CDs.
So yeah,
that was like before LimeWire for me at least.
Yeah, I mean, I
2001.
wasn't downloading. I wasn't on LimeWire until I downloaded porn, and I definitely wasn't jerking off in 2001. So
No, I don't think I was on
I was in
LimeWire
first
until
grade.
like 04, 05.
When did you guys
maybe.
start playing RuneScape?
Never.
Never.
never, dude.
Never?
We're
Alright.
fucking
No, for sure. No, it's kind of just the best MMORPG
Yeah,
ever.
2001. I was
2003 for me.
4th grade.
Oh, I was in second grade. I was in
Yeah.
second
I was in
grade.
first.
Yeah.
I was like, I wasn't. Yeah, I don't think I was downloading music.
I
at that
honestly
time.
wasn't even that bummed about 9/11. Like, that's how
Yeah, you
young
don't
I
get- you don't
was.
get it.
Dude,
I wasn't
remember,
even that sad.
Yeah, I was a,
Yeah, I'm
I was
honest.
a child.
You know what? I'm gonna admit it.
I'm gonna admit it, dude. I wasn't that bummed at 9/11.
I remember like a week, like maybe like 4 or 5 days after 9/11. I'm like, my mom's like has the TV on like in the living room while she's like cooking in the kitchen, and they're obviously still talking about it. And I was like, God, they're still talking about this? And my mom was like, this is the most significant historical moment that's ever happened in you or my life.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it is?
Will you turn on Courage the Cowardly Dog?
Dude,
Courage,
on
the cowardly
9/11, I went in. My mom went to my grandparents' house. They were in the living room, like huddled around the TV, and I was in my grandparents' bed eating a snack pack, watching SpongeBob.
Mm.
Damn,
SpongeBob transcends time, dude.
it really does.
Yeah.
Because
Are
you
they
know what's
still
crazy
releasing
is
it?
and it's dog shit now. Have you
SpongeBob is
seen it?
gay now,
Have you
right?
seen the newer episodes? I watched a YouTube video
course not,
breaking
I'm an
down like the newer video. It's wild what they've done. It's
I
like
haven't.
it's completely backwards.
So
Dude, what about the
SpongeBob is trans.
There-
Patrick is non-binary, and Sandy is
Thick as hell.
Is thick as fuck. Yeah.
Have you seen the fucking
But she has a Puerto Rican accent now.
the Velma show that
Yeah.
Mindy
And
girl
she's
put out? And
legend.
oh boy, is she getting destroyed for it
Why?
I bet.
on her Twitter because it's dog shit. It's like
Oh.
really bad. Like there's like moments
Yeah,
where it's
Shaggy's
nuts.
black.
No, but Velma really is lesbian in it.
Yeah.
She comes out
She
as
literally is like, we need to take the Scooby-Doo people, and everybody either needs to be a person of color or LGBT. Except for Fred, who they made into an idiot.
Don't forget the Q.
Like, he's a piece of shit in the show.
Q and the
Well,
plus.
Freddie,
And he's
Fred
like,
is
Fred's your friend.
Fred has
Yeah.
always been
He's always
the
hooked up with Daphne.
like douchebag white guy.
But he was never shitty to them. In the, like, if you...
have you
I-
watched the new one? Is that what you're saying? Or
I'm not...
you-
I'm just seeing, like, what, like, clips people have put online.
Shaggy isn't actually black, is he?
Yes, he is.
Wait, really?
Shaggy's black in it. Yes, he
Dude.
is.
Dude, what?
And Scooby isn't in it, by the way.
what?
What? I didn't know that either.
There was like a dude on TikTok who's like, dude, the worst atrocity of this show is there's no Scooby-Doo. They just forgot the dog.
They forgot the show.
The dog, the fucking nomenclature of the show comes from the dog.
Oh, and Velma is
brown.
Dude, you're right. Look, that's Shaggy.
This
right
is just,
there.
you know what this is? This is just my dad's worst nightmare.
This is every white conservative's dad's worst nightmare. They're like,
And then audio's good.
Audio is good. Okay. This is weird.
Yeah, this is really weird.
This is one of the weirder things that I think I've done in comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Just, no, press the button like you're taking a picture.
It's going now.
Oh, it is going?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So, okay.
All right.
We going? 1, 2, 3.
Welcome to the Triple F Podcast, live from...
I don't know, a base. I don't even know the fucking name.
Live
we're on a
from
fucking
a Marine base.
We're on a fucking Marine Corps base.
We're at a base, if you can't tell by the medals of honor
and my
behind
shaved
us.
head, dude. I was like, I'm fucking back in the
Yeah.
shit, boys.
Jeff has a hat, not a hat, a helmet behind
Old
him,
helmet.
which is
Yeah.
funny. What did those do?
I think that's mainly for.
Well, this is like World War I.
Yeah,
that was
they
back when
didn't
bullets
know.
were basically ball bearings. So it would just
Yeah.
dink.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then I mean, now helmets, they're not even designed to I think people think they're designed to stop like gunfire. I think rounds can ricochet off
Yeah.
it, but it's mainly for like shrapnel. That's like the
Shrapnel,
biggest thing.
yeah.
The shrapnel was the biggest thing. That's
it's
what
so
the same
hard
with the gear.
for like him to, because your lieutenant colonel
Yeah.
was walking us throughout the base, and it's so hard for like he was pointing out like this is a map of Iwo Jima and like where like Marines like touch down, and it's so hard for me not to be like, oh yeah, I've played this mission on Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Oh, I know exactly.
I
what
would
we're
think he was
talking
outside, walking us around the tanks and like the Humvees and stuff.
Yeah,
and
I
was
saw
like,
Big Bertha from Warzone.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I actually I've run over many enemy soldiers in
Yeah, you're
these,
like,
so
actually, I'm pretty well versed.
I kind of get what
Oh,
you're
yeah.
going for
If
here.
you hit someone with that, Mr. Lieutenant Colonel, that's actually an instant knock.
yeah. You're like
dude.
giving him the
And
nomenclature.
then reverse if they have a self-revive, obviously.
Yeah. If they have a
But you
self-
know that. You're a lieutenant
Yeah,
colonel.
you know all of this.
It's funny,
So-
dude. I mean, I know we're all super uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yes.
I think me and Jeff are even more.
Well, I would. Yeah, it's
It's just in different ways.
It's just a
probably.
different way, yeah, because you guys have never been to a military. I mean, we're on a base doing. We're performing a show in an hour for a bunch of Marines, which is
Yeah.
crazy. It's sick. This is what we're
Yeah.
trying to do, but it's just nuts because it's like this is the first time I've been back on a base in like 7 years. It's fucking nuts to just walk
Yeah.
around and be like, "What's going on, dog?" To like anybody,
Yeah.
like
To
nobody
be in
gets
shorts.
You know what happened?
to be-
You know what happened when I was in here, right where we are, right behind. I don't know if you can see. So this is like a placement setting.
memorial.
It's like a memorial for
Prisoners of war and men missing in action.
And KIA. too.
and KIA.
Yeah,
So there's like a
MIA.
Purple Heart up there. It's like it's not a memorial for a specific person. It's more just like in general.
Yeah.
And Jeff saw the Purple Heart and was like, "Oh, is this a real Purple Heart?" And the lieutenant colonel was like, "Yeah, it is." And he was like, "Oh, hell yeah, dude!" And then Josh for a second was like, "Don't call him dude." Like I heard it come out. Like I heard it, but then I was like, I know Jeff isn't saying dude to him,
Right.
Yeah.
but he's just saying it in general. But I
Also,
also
you
understand
can
like
call him dude,
he
though.
referred to me as bro.
Yeah,
so I was
no.
like,
Yeah.
He's being,
Yeah.
he's being fucking cool.
like he's
Yeah.
allowing
Cool.
us here, but also like I'm not his subordinate.
Right.
You know what I
Right,
mean? Like
yeah.
I'm not a Marine.
yeah, we're just civilians. We're just the
We're
people
just
that they
dudes,
fucking
yeah.
serve and protect. No,
Yeah,
that's
we're
the
actually
wrong-
more important than they are
Yeah.
if you think about
Yeah,
it. Without
definitely.
without us, there is none.
Matt
of
and
us.
I had
True.
a fucking excruciating time in the bathroom.
Dude, this I've never been more nervous, man. I
Never.
really don't. And then I was trying to like hold it in too. Like me and Jeff were like trying to go to the bathroom. So we went together. We wanted to go together because walking around here, I'm in shorts and a t-shirt.
I
You're in
don't
a
feel
hoodie.
like I should just be walking around.
No, I feel like I need to be escorted
everybody's
anywhere.
in military uniforms.
Everybody is in their fucking camo. Everybody is. Every time they've walked by the lieutenant
Walking
colonel,
with purpose.
they're like, "Sir," like
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah,
a
yeah.
very official thing.
Good
Yeah,
afternoon,
the dude we're calling dude is everyone's walking by him and being like,
Yeah,
Colonel?
he's the boss. He's the boss
He's
of
the
this
big
entire
boss.
base,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. He's like in charge of everything. Yeah.
Yeah. And Jeff went in the bathroom because we didn't want to have to walk. There's a private family head is what they call it, which is funny because there's a sign that says female head and there's a sign that says male head.
I'm more of a fan of female head.
I'm more of a fan of female
I
head.
like family head. I mean, I'm from Iowa, you know.
Yeah, you are from Iowa. Oh,
Yeah.
fuck. And I don't know about you. I was a fan of the idea of it just being the male head is right across the hall.
Yep.
It's like 5 feet away rather than having to walk like 20 to 30 feet to the family head.
Mm-hmm.
And so Jeff goes in there, and then I followed behind him.
Which is also half locker room, by the way. It's not
Yeah.
just a bath. It's like it looks like a gym bathroom.
It is. It's like a
locker room.
YMCA locker room.
Yeah.
And I walk in there, and the view that I had was Jeff at a urinal surrounded
Flanked.
by Marines. Flanked. Jeff got
They
flanked
flanked
as
me.
soon as he went into the head, bro.
I
It
do
was,
not have operational awareness.
No, not at
They got
all,
my
dude.
flank immediately.
They flanked him. It was game over, dude. It was a nightmare. I had to. There was a Marine, an empty urinal, Jeff, and then a stall. I had to squeeze behind
Yeah,
Jeff
so-
where my dick like brushed up against him while he was peeing, and that was a more comfortable idea than peeing between him and a Marine.
And you were in like a little corner in between like a
Uh-huh.
stall and a urinal. You were literally like having to pee like this.
Yeah.
Also, they flanked me on both sides, and then both immediately had much louder urine streams. than me.
Yeah.
Like they just flanked me and big dogged me immediately.
yeah, dude, strong flows.
They were
from
just
these
like
fucking,
nice PSI pussy.
Yeah, yeah, dude. That was
What are you, hydrated?
So I don't know what your experience with the actual peeing portion of it was, but
I
I
went.
was really nervous, but it just took me a minute, and then I got going. And I finished before Jeff, and I walked to the sink.
You just had to give it a little foreplay first.
Yeah, I just had to tickle it a little bit and remember, like, they serve for my freedom to piss in their urinals.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
they would want this, you
Yeah.
know? So I
Yeah,
pissed.
yeah.
And then I got to the sink. I almost bumped into a Marine, which feels like I just feel like I feel like I don't know if you guys ever. I only did this one time when I was in high school. My boys were like, "We're thinking about rushing frats when we go to the college." They invite us out for a party, and I went, and it's all the older frat dudes, and they literally just bully you and make you drink beer.
Yeah.
Like this is what it feel like. I feel like I'm like a freshman, and I'm like. I hope
Excuse
you
me,
guys.
excuse me.
Sorry, am
Yeah,
I
yeah.
doing it right? I bumped into you. Am I allowed to bump into a
Yeah,
Marine?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
I'm like
yeah.
freaking out.
Anybody here wearing camouflage? Like, if I walked into a bathroom and someone was like, "Hey, man, you can't be in here," I would be like, "Oh, I mean, I'm so sorry."
yeah,
they
Like,
could-
they could fuck with me.
If I was on stage tonight and they went, "You can't do that," I'd be like, "All right, good night. I'm gonna get out of here. Your next
Yeah.
comic."
This
you
show
know?
might be 10 minutes long.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but-
it could just be getting us yelled. Yeah, they could just get us yelled at by him.
yeah, that would be great.
No, it's fun. This is exciting. It's exciting. We're trying to get
No,
into
this will be
USO
this
shows.
will be fun.
So-
I guarantee you this will be fun.
After I bumped into the Marine, I walked to the sink. I tried to pump what I thought was hand soap. It was hand sanitizer that was right next to the sink. That didn't work, so I just started running the water. I saw soap, and it said press on it. And I went to press it, but as soon as I pressed it, I realized that it is certainly a hand